What's going on, everybody? It's Dan here, back with another Moonshine talking. Welcome aboard. And I guess I'm lying to you because I did have some stuff to talk about. So last night and today, I was thinking about it, and I was kind of thinking to myself, like, not that anybody's pining for any material or videos from me, but I kind of felt like I should try to do a review of something this week. So I was looking around, and I finally said, you know what, let me go on. I was trying to figure out stuff that was coming out, and there were some bigger bands that put stuff out this week that I'm not a fan of, not because I dislike them, but I've never really listened to them, like Black Dahlia Murder. I've never listened to Black Dahlia Murder. So it kind of would feel a little disingenuous to do a review of their stuff when I'm not really familiar with the band. Uh, Blood Incantation, not familiar with Blood Incantation. I know they're very popular with people, but I've never listened to them, so I can't really form a real learned opinion on them based on the fact that I've never really listened to them. So anyhow, so I was scrolling through the metal archives and checking out all the different stuff that was released this past week. And one that was released, and I'm not doing a review here, but I actually, it slipped my mind, was Nasty Savage just put out their latest album, Jeopardy Room. It's on FHM Records. It's a label out of Germany. Uh, a few months ago, I was supposed to do an interview with Ronnie, but it fell apart in disastrous fashion, and we never got back around to doing it. I was kind of hoping to do an interview with him to help promote the album and all that, but he doesn't need my help. So they're going to be playing that Swarm Fest. They're headlining the Sunday night, the third night of the festival here in Tampa. But I'm not going to be able to go to it because that same night, the 24th, I'm going to see Wasp in Orlando. So I'm very excited about that. It's the 40th anniversary of the first album coming out. So they're going to do the entire first album, the self titled, in its entirety. So I'm very stoked for that. And I know a lot of people have said stuff about Black using backing tracks and stuff like that. So I've never seen Wasp, so I'm excited to go see them, and if he's got to use like tricks and crap like that, hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully his voice isn't shot. Hopefully he doesn't blow out his back before then, like that's what happened last time. But it should be fun. I like Wasp. They're a top favorite of mine. They got Armored Saint opening up for them. They were supposed to have Death Angel, but then Mark, I believe it is, the singer from Death Angel, he did the thing with Kerry King, didn't tell anybody about it, and that caused a whole big implosion with the band. So they're off the tour. Armored Saint's in, which is ironic because Armored Saint opened in support of Wasp the last time they were touring. So it'll be fun regardless. So nonetheless, short story long, not going to see Nasty Savage or Ronnie the weekend of Swarmfest because I'm going to see Wasp. But their new album is out. A couple of the tracks that I heard in advance when I was trying to set up for the interview sound really good. Very thrashy, very heavy. So definitely check it out if you get a chance. Once again, Jeopardy Room. It came out today on FHM Records, which is a German label. Go check it out if you're a fan of Nasty Savage. So it also turned out today was Bandcamp Friday, which apparently on Bandcamp, if you buy stuff on Bandcamp Friday, all the proceeds go to the band. So I said, oh, that's pretty cool. So I went on there, and between going on the Metal Archives and checking out all the different bands and stuff like that, because it's just a great resource that I didn't know was available because I'm not really a big internet guy. I don't really spend a lot of time on the internet outside of, which makes sense because, start a YouTube channel. So anyhow, go on there and I checked out some stuff that looked interesting to me, and I found a couple bands, checked them out on YouTube, listened to some of the stuff, and it was killer. And I played some of it while I was working out today when I was getting ready on the elliptical, going back and forth and back and forth, and it was really good. So I went ahead and I purchased some stuff because a couple of the bands, the two bands I'm going to discuss, one only has stuff available digitally. The other one, they have an album that they have physical copies of the album, but they're also from Europe. And, the whole thing with shipping costs and all that sort of thing, it's kind of a pain in the ass. So I just went ahead and I purchased it digitally. Hopefully, on this video, I'm going to be able to hold on one second. I can see the mic is kind of over modulating a little bit. But hopefully what I can do is I'll be able to integrate some of the songs, samples, little tastes of the albums into the video. If that doesn't work out, if I'm not able to figure out the technology, then you're just going to hear me talking about the albums. So anyhow, let's get started. I think I pretty much covered everything that I wanted to cover. Oh, one more thing. Kind of completely off topic. Not not really pertinent and not like a big political thing or anything like that, but I did find this interesting because it came up in my news feed today. So apparently there's a metal festival in Orlando this weekend, and there I think it was a lot of metalcore and stuff like that. So that's not really my thing. So I wouldn't have known about it anyway. But apparently it was going to be headlined by a band called Evergreen Terrace, who again I have no idea who they are. I read an article, but the festival, it was a benefit for veterans and helped to raise awareness about PTSD and that sort of thing. So apparently they invited Kyle Rittenhouse, who most people will probably be familiar with. He's the kid in Wisconsin who shot and killed a bunch of people and went to trial. It was a whole big thing all over the national news. One camp went on one side, one camp went on the other. He eventually got acquitted of the charges, but he's still a very polarizing figure. So apparently they invited him, and Evergreen Terrace and three other bands pulled out. A couple of them were smart. They just said they didn't want to be involved in politics, which is totally respectable. Evergreen Terrace put out this whole big statement, and they really had to, for lack of a better way of describing it, they had to virtue signal and tell everyone which side they fell on in this whole matter. So, which it's their prerogative, free speech and all, but it just kind of seemed a bit douchey. I would have just gone with we don't want to be involved in politics one way or the other. We're not really trying to alienate our fans one way or the other, so we just feel it's better for us as a band, for our business, to not do this. And even the event coordinators, I guess they even they suggest, well, we can ask him not to show up, and that still wasn't enough for them, so they just pulled out of the event. But in fairness, they did donate money to a veterans cause, so that was pretty cool. All the bands did. So at least the cause didn't get, what they were all going there for in the first place didn't get shot to shit just because of that. So I just thought it was interesting, and not really taking a stance on it one way or the other, but it's just a notable thing to mention. So anyhow, let's get to the review. So I found two bands that really blew me away. They were both sludge, doom. One band is a band from Leicestershire in England, and the other one is from Little Rock, Arkansas, here in the U.S. Bile Caster is a British sludge doom band. They just put out I want to say it's their first full length, and it's called Writhing Between Birth and Death. Tremendous. Just if you're into sludge and doom and stuff like that, bands like I Hate God and Buzz Oven and Grief and things of that nature, stuff that you just morose and syrupy, just greasy riffs and heavy distortion and stuff like that. This is the thing for you. This was the thing for me. This really satisfied my desire for that particular style in all the ways that it could. It's 3 tracks, about a half hour long, so kind of give you an idea of how long the songs are. But they take you on a very dark, deep, depressing journey. It's a lot of, again, lots of just heavy power chords, very over the top distortion. The thing I did find kind of cool about it was a lot of times the bass gets muddled in the mix with a lot of bands. This one was right out front. It was very clear as a bell. It it was very prominent in the mix, so that was really cool. And even a couple of times in some of the bass lines on one of the on Trapped, for example, it almost kind of reminded me of I want to say it's Snakes and Spiders, the Exit 13 song off of Just a Few More Hits. It kind of had that same bass with the either reverb or the echo. It was just very cool sound, a very cool tone. Uh, I'm really into like I guess for lack of a better way of describing it, I'm a tone freak. So I really if a band or a performer has a good tone to their guitar sound, that could hook me just as easily as anything. So it was killer. I mean, Abscess, Trapped, and Harrowing. That's the names of the songs. Uh, gonna try and play some, and hopefully this works. If not, we're gonna get a brief awkward pause, and then I'm gonna say, well, that didn't work at all. So yeah, it was just very, very killer stuff. The you can get their stuff on you can get it on Bandcamp, which is where I purchased it digitally. Of course, I just explained that. You can also get it on a label called Cursed Monk Records, and another one. It's called Road to Masochist Records. They're producing a 7-inch vinyl of the album, and then Cursed Monk is putting out a slipcase CD of the album. I'm gonna try and get a physical copy of it, but again, it's the whole thing of trying to get stuff shipped from Europe. It's just the shipping charges. Just you take a red hot poker up the. So it's just kind of one of those things where you gotta weigh the risks and rewards of doing all that. But a very killer band, very well done. I will definitely keep an eye on these guys in the future. I would recommend them to anybody who's into sludge and doom. Again, some of the aforementioned bands like Buzz Oven and Grief and I Hate God. Maybe a little of the more depressive, angsty stuff that Crowbar does. If you're into that, definitely check these guys out. Bile Caster. All right, and then the next one is a band from Little Rock, Arkansas, another sludge doom band. They are called Mammoth Caravan. They've only been around since 2022, and I'll actually go back and say Bilecaster's been around since 2019, but again, this is their first full length. That was their first full length. This one is also, I believe, the first full length. It's Frostbitten Galaxy from this band, Mammoth Caravan. 6 tracks, it's 36 minutes long. This is fuzzy, heavy, space rocky, psychedelic, very, very well crafted. The the vocals are harsh and gruff at times. They do some clean stuff. They incorporate some clean guitars into the really fuzz heavy stuff that they do. This is just fantastic. I mean, never heard of this band before. Just saw the name, saw the style they did, checked them out, fell in love with it, and I said, "Oh, I got to get this. I gotta point this out to people. I got to be the town crier on this one, and let people know." As far as a couple of the songs from the album, like the whole thing, top to bottom, from Sky Burial is the closer, Absolute Zero is the opener, Siege in the Skies, uh, Cosmic, I want to say Wayfarer, but I'm probably screwing that up. No, it's Cosmic something, or I think it's Prehistoric Wayfarer, and then Cosmic Clairvoyance is the other song. That's a bunch of the tracks on the album. Just fantastic. It's a mix of like like death doomy kind of stuff, and I would say like a cross between, if you're familiar with the band King Buffalo, that sort of psychedelic vibe that they mix in to that almost like the hard rocky, stoner rocky kind of style. That's how I would describe this band. Very well done stuff. Very good. Again, uh, gonna pause for a second and hopefully it plays, and if not, then I'll just continue talking, and that's how we'll do that. But yeah, these are both fantastic albums. The Mammoth Caravan is only available digitally. I'm not really a big fan of just buying stuff digitally. I don't go as far as, like, I saw a video that Justin Horval put out, J Dog. He put it out recently, and he made the comment that if you only put it out digitally, then it doesn't exist. I don't go that far, but I also know he tends to do a lot of hyperbolic commentary and stuff like that. But it makes it harder for me to be willing to buy stuff, because I figure there's only so much storage space on my computer, and I can't have 1,000 bands and their albums sitting on my computer when I got other stuff that I have to put on there, and other things that I'm trying to do, like work and other stuff, like writing and stuff like that I do on the side. So it's kind of hard to have all that stuff on there. Uh, but yeah, these are I went out and I made an exception. Again, it was Bandcamp Friday, and anything that you bought today was all the proceeds go to the bands. So I thought it was a worthy cause to do. It's like I don't normally buy stuff digitally, but if all the money that is being spent is going to the bands and the artists and the labels themselves, right on. That's very cool. Support bands in any way I can. I love this shit. It's a passion of mine. It has been since I was a kid. And sludge, doom, stoner, that all the, like, again, all the little affiliate subgenres and all that, that's all in my wheelhouse. That's the stuff I really love. I really, gets my rocks off, as it were. So that's stuff that I really gravitate towards, and if it's done well, which these are, then I'll definitely let you know about it. So yeah, that's my reviews. Hopefully you enjoyed it. As far as, again, any stuff I got coming up, really the main stuff I got coming up is, there's other stuff that's coming out that I want to review that I forgot was coming out, but I just got to wait to pick it up. And then do reviews on that. But beyond that, I really, other than my, hopefully, going to see Deicide, going to see High on Fire, that's the two main things on my agenda in the near future. And other than that, try and hook up with Scott and Trevor from No Solution and Fumes of Hatred and do another wrestling live stream, because the last one we did, while it was fun, it was a cool discussion, cool hang. We had a bunch of topics that we didn't get to, so we'd like to try and do that. Oh, and I should within the week I'll probably have Morton Red's new CD. That should be coming in. So I'll try to do a review of that because I love Morton Red. I love, Revik. He's awesome. Just a fantastic personality, super over the top dude. Uh, he would have been tailor made for wrestling. He's the type of guy with his personality and his charisma and just he gets it, for lack of a better way of describing it. And the whole band, they're kind of like the whole crew there, they're just wild dudes. And he's also very supportive of my channel. So I try to be supportive back, reciprocate, return the favor. So that, but the fact that they're a decent band makes it a lot easier. But yeah, so I'll probably do that too. I'll probably have that on the queue. And yeah, that's it. So that's what I got for you. As always, stay sick, stay heavy, stay brutal. Always tuck your chin upon impact. Don't forget to breathe. Everybody have a good weekend. I gotta head back to work tomorrow, which, is what it is. But, gotta pay the bills, gotta pay for all this crap I'm always buying. So, yeah, man. So, everybody take it easy. Have a good one. I'm really just stalling for time because you got all this crap that's going to be playing up on the screen. So you got to ask yourself, why am I still here? Why am I still watching this? I don't know. It's just stalling for time is all. All right. I think we got it. Everyone have a good one. Now get out.